Welcome to the bargain bin, where we give inexpensive or unpopular games a chance to either shine or forever be forgotten at the bottom of the bin. And I'll tell you guys right now, what we have here today is a beautifully well put together piece of art. And I'm pretty excited to show you guys this game, so let's not waste any more time and get straight into this migraine making, puzzle pacing, creatively ingenious gem of a game. At a quick aimless glance at the game, you'd probably say something like, "Yo, Duck, this just looks like a normal jigsaw sort of puzzle game. It doesn't even look that difficult nor original." First off, hi. Please take a seat. Thank you. This is not your average puzzle where there's a clear path and end goal. No. Just like a good onion, it has layers. The entire game you play in these two, let's call it dimensions. Technically, there's more than two dimensions, but you'll see when we get there. Wink, wink, wink. For now, it's two though. One where you're out of body dragging and connecting the pieces to create a proper path for your pedestrian to be able to progress. The second dimension has you actually playing the pedestrian, solving the puzzles, parkouring, collecting items, opening doors, pushing buttons, or just finishing the level. Then you continue to switch back and forth whenever necessary to help push your progress forward. You see, this alone is already an incredible idea, and it's being executed perfectly off the jump. Being able to use two very unique forms of puzzles and combining them to create something that feels familiar yet challenging is such an incredible accomplishment. Why solve puzzles in just one silly little perspective when you could have two? Oh, hold on, I gotta take this. Yep. Okay. Alright. And this is just a tutorial level! Doesn't seem that hard. Just connect wherever you need to go, and that's it. You know what? I don't blame you, because at the beginning I thought I could do the same thing as well, but I soon learned the rule that stopped that idea in its tracks, which I dubbed the universe theory. So to have your pedestrian be able to move to different areas, you need to make a working path. To do that, you need to find a suitable entry point and connect either a top and bottom piece or a left and right piece. Just connect the pieces and walk through. Then you just change the path wherever you need to go, right? Simple enough. Wrong! Because once you walk through that string connection, you can no longer separate yourself from that piece or any of the pieces connected to that. They are now tied together and are relying on each other to stay up. If the connection breaks, everything collapses and gets reset to its original form, including you. So have fun making a ton of progress in the puzzle, then realizing you've entered a wrong area, begin regretting every life choice you've made up until this moment, while destroying the reality you created yourself. Universe theory, yay! Patent pending. Now you see, the concept alone is so creatively genius. The way they mixed a platformer with a barrage of fun and brain-provoking puzzles so smoothly had me immediately hooked on the game and what the rest of the game had in store. And I'm still only on the tutorial level, so I'm happy to see that they were not out of ideas yet. For example, the game is divided into 10 total stages, each one having their own new mechanic to learn. New stage hazards, new strategy, new items. Some of my favorite inclusions from both dimensions are the addition of electrical currents to the environment and wires to actual puzzle pieces. This adds a kind of third puzzle into the mix, since you have to build a stable electrical connection using the actual puzzle pieces. While it does add more complexity to the overall level, it feels so rewarding unlocking the new area that gives you much more to work with. It feels like completing a bunch of little complex puzzles instead of the usual big one. So the serotonin was coursing through my brain for every little puzzle I completed. Then moving on to the other dimension, I really enjoyed the puzzles that involved the electrical thread. This item has a really simple mechanic. Just connect one part to a live outlet, then the other to something you want to power. And that's another thing this game does incredibly well. It could grab a fairly simple premise and vastly expand upon it. Here's one example of the threads being used in a simple but very engaging way. Yeah, this one shouldn't be that hard. Oh wait, this is an actual interesting puzzle. Maybe not. Ooh, higher leads. Oh, okay. There's more to be had. Oh, I can't drag that one. Okay, there's little There's little to move around, so I think we're good. Oh, this got no power. This is gonna connect over, like it's gonna come across. Right? No, it's not coming across. Maybe this? There you go. You see? Now it's across. It's stuck. It's freaking stuck now. Okay. And of course, my chat's favorite mechanic. Easy. Mustard gas that protects you from the collapse of the universe. What? Connect it, right? Connect it. Switch. And we should be safe to disconnect. Oh no, but we lose the lever. And then we die if we... Whoa, okay. This had like a whole new element I was not expecting. Right? Okay, wait, hold on, let him cook. But here's the thing, we do that, right? But now we gotta get in here. And then we... Oh, I forgot, sometimes we have to die. I forget sometimes we actually have to die in order to solve the puzzle. There we go, yeah. Okay. Go back up. And this constant flow of new items and roadblocks to use and overcome really makes every second of the game feel engaging and fresh. Mechanics and gameplay wise, it's checking off all the marks to be a fun, captivating adventure. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. We talked about the gameplay mechanics, how they keep adding more and more throughout the game. Yeah, it's engaging. How the puzzles work. Yeah. Oh, right. This game is hard! Well, are you referring to a certain roadblock or maybe a parkour segment that's pretty hard? Nah! It's every single main puzzle that slowly breaks me down to Joker levels of psychotic. Whoa! One thing you should know about me, puzzles are not my strongest skill point. But the game was so good that even me, a goober in puzzles, still had to continue this magnificent game. A good thing I had chat to help me. Look over to the side, mustard gas, mustard gas, mustard gas. I'm literally smarter than Albert Einstein, chat. I needed the bucks to get back up! Bro sold harder than me selling my left kidney. I have only half a brain cell. That's more than all of us right now, I think. Let's just go to some more beautiful parts of this work of art, shall we? Now you might be thinking, okay, Mr. Digital Duck XD on YouTube.com, hashtag subscribe to join the community. The puzzles might be extremely creative, original, and a healthy amount of mentally taxing. But surely that's all the game has to offer, right? Buddy, just put this on and look at this. Needless to say, the visuals in every spot and location of this game are absolutely breathtaking. Even if it isn't a super cool wallpaper, it will at the very least be a very well designed level with plenty of interesting Easter eggs to find. But I'd also like to give props on how you are able to cleanly traverse between background and actual tangible areas. Just look, ooh, I'm in a sign, then bam, I'm on a street light. I could even do a little shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh, shoot. This is still such an innovative way to progress and further show the map around you, which only enhances your appreciation for how dang good it looks. I obviously can't play every song right now, but I'd so recommend you listen to these songs when you're studying, taking a walk, or just chilling, because these cozy and straight up beautiful melodies need more attention, and it's so worth everyone's time. I sometimes wish I could just have a rotation of these songs constantly playing in my head, because it's that good. Huge props to who actually worked on the music production, whether it be the director or just the musicians, because they did an incredible job with this game. The OST captures the absolute wonders of exploring this beautiful world around you, while also adding that little bit of curiosity in it as well. There's always a perfect soundtrack that fits the mood of every single section of this game, and it only goes to further heighten the charm of the Pedestrian. Now look, to my knowledge there isn't some secret hidden lore story in the game that's talking about the downfall of mankind or some- wait. There isn't any humans in the entire game, and throughout the game we collect pieces to escape the sign world. Wait, has everyone turned into a 2D animated object and we're the only ones to escape to freedom? But that's just a theory! Nah, but for real, there really isn't a big overarching story that comes all together at the climax. It's definitely more of a the adventure is the treasure, not the endpoint kind of story. The game begins in a job office area that serves as your tutorial, which then leads into some more building facilities. After completing your job at the facility, you make your way onto a subway, which then leads into a stinky sewer. And then all the way until you escape into the wonderful outside world. You then begin traveling all around this beautiful city, solving puzzles and collecting key items. These key items you get from solving the big main puzzles of the 10 sections has the sole purpose of modifying your Game Boy. Once you added all the modifiable pieces onto your Game Boy, you finally enter the third dimension. Whoa, 3D! Now let me say this again. The creativity in this game is unmatched! When I first played this mission, my jaw dropped. The entire game we were introduced to these clean screensaver worth backgrounds. Then they hit us with this? For a finale, this atmosphere is perfect. It has that calming feeling of the soft clouds barely in reach and the beautiful sun gazing right over us, while also carrying that sense of intensity and grandness of the towering buildings with little connection between them. And of course, we need to move these bridges in order to progress, because this is a fantastic puzzle game. You know what? Screw that. This is a fantastic game. Period. It's amazing how they kept up the "you're always in a puzzle" aspect even when you are in 3D. You could also see the chalk marks of the puzzle you have to do on the ground. This game is so fun. While it is insanely cool to have 3 dimensions to work with, it only lasted about 2-ish levels, which is honestly a good call, because I could barely handle 2 dimensions. Now they added another one, I was cooked. Regardless of the difficulty though, I still loved how unique the game was making itself this far into the game. Like, we are at the end game. Moving past my appreciation for the creativity team, you end up solving a big last puzzle using all the dimensions to unlock the gate of your apartment. Then you make your way inside the building, heading towards your room. You enter, and finally, after everything you've been through, you are home. A bit of a fixer-upper, but you're here. Then, using your custom house experiment and with a little help from the Pedestrian, you then break a hole in your apartment, leading to the opposite of what you've been dealing with up till now. you get onto the boat, becoming free of any intense mind-straining puzzles that the city has for you. We won. Our prize for making it through the city's intense trials is being able to take a long, relaxing trip on the sea. Just you, the Game Boy, notebook, beautiful scenery, and your imagination. The end goal was the reward for putting together the correct path. Bars. And that's the Pedestrian! A heavily immersive, creative, sometimes agonizingly painful inspection of the mind that will drain every last living brain cell from your head until you have nothing left but mush for brains. And an artistically genius, well put together puzzle / parkour game. Yippee! Genuinely though, I did have a blast playing this on stream. Even if some parts did test my 17 brain cells, I can't deny every single second of this game was creative, it was stunning, and all around it was just a phenomenal experience. From the views to the music and the puzzles to the parkour, this was just oozing greatness every step of the way. And for how little it's talked about, I was stunned by how incredible this experience was. It had an inspired vision from the start and it was crafted perfectly to meet that exact vision. Definitely should be on your to playlist or at least your music list, cause damn, it's some heat. Speaking of this music, I'm gonna put my headphones on, start blasting the OST, and become a pedestrian myself and start walking around. Then considering everything together, what it was going for, how well it achieved it, how unique it was, visuals, mechanics, etc. And finally, I can confidently say this game is by far the best we've played in the bargain bin by miles. Without a doubt deserving the top spot in the bin. Well worth your money and definitely well worth your time. An amazing journey with twists and turns and ups and downs, emotional highs, emotional lows. It's just an incredible adventure all around and I'd highly recommend it all. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and being here to experience this new game with us. The least I can say is this was a phenomenal game. Great puzzles I've never even seen before. Like, I played a lot of games in my time, but I haven't played a game that challenged me this much, but in a fun way. I know we made our jokes like, oh, I've gone crazy, but genuinely, extremely well-made puzzles. Not just the puzzles, like the puzzles would have carried it, right? Like the game, but the visuals are so good too. Don't even get me started on music. Every single detail about this game was just phenomenal. This was clearly a passion project. I'm so glad that they were able to make it. And it's a shame not too many people were talking about this that I've seen. I'm glad I was able to. Well, with all that being said, this was an incredible game. Glad I could experience it with you guys and with the YouTube video right now. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you all. Have a good day, man.